Hello there, friends, and today it's the big one, Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua. So I'm going to be discussing today who I think is going to win. Is this a genuine fight or not? How it's going to play out, and is this a wise move by Jake Paul? So far, Jake Paul has been very tactically clever, I would say, about who he's fought. He's fought the right people at the right time. And the one big challenge he had was Tommy Fury, who was a proper boxer in his prime, and it was a close fight, but he lost that fight, and it's the one L on his record. So it's an interesting one, him taking on Anthony Joshua, Olympic champion, ex-heavyweight champion, 6'6", probably walking around about 265 pounds of absolute solid muscle, and he has that kryptonite. He's got that one-shot knockout power ability. So first thing I would have to say is absolutely fair play to you, Jake Paul. I know you have your critics or whatever, but no one can criticise him on this one. He doesn't have to take this fight. He's a multi-millionaire, and he definitely hasn't got to be fighting the ex-heavyweight champion of the world. Now, I know Anthony Joshua got knocked out in his last fight quite quickly, but there's levels to these things, and he's fighting like top-tier, massive guys, and who also have like one-punch knockout power. And yeah, how do I rate his chances in this fight? So I'm going to be honest with you, I don't really rate them that highly. Jake Paul is 6'1". For when he fought Tyson, which looked like a sort of glorified sparring match, really, he was 199 pounds. As just said, Anthony Joshua 6'6". There's a clause that he has to weigh 250 pounds on the day of the fight for this one, but that's only going to sort of help Joshua. I think he's going to be leaner, going to be fitter. He's going to have to really push the cardio for this fight. So the cardio isn't going to be a problem, which has been a little bit of, maybe you could say, one of his weaknesses before when he's gone against like top cardio kings like Usyk. So yeah, I mean, you can't really do anything but respect what he's going for here. The self-belief is absolutely incredible, but obviously never seen nothing like it really. He's a cruiserweight. He's fighting an in his prime, not in the sort of 50s champion. Like what is it, Joshua? He's like in his late 30s, 36, 37. That's prime for a heavyweight boxer. And yeah, I think he's probably going to get knocked out, to be honest with you. That is my prediction. I think if he makes 4 rounds and doesn't get knocked out, that is a massive win for Jake Paul. I do think it's going to be a genuine fight as well. The Tyson one, like I said, felt like a bit of a glorified hard spar to me. You could see definitely Tyson was like pulling his shots a little bit when there was an opening. It's like he didn't want to finish him. But I don't think you're going to get that with Anthony Joshua. He's going to have all the boxing world. He probably wants to fight for a world title again. And if he lets Jake Paul go the distance with him, that isn't good for his title aspirations. But if he knocks him out real quick, that's fantastic. Puts him back, in the win column. And maybe, heavyweight boxing, who knows? Maybe one more fight, he gets a title fight again. So, and also, he's taking this seriously. He's training now with Usyk's team, probably the best team in the world. Produced some of, the greatest champions. Usyk, obviously, Lomachenko, fantastic fighter. So, and those Russians, when it comes to boxing, their style, the Soviet style, is a fantastic style. So he's taking it very, very seriously. So yeah, I don't think it's going to go well for Jake Paul. Fully respect the courage it's taken to take on this man, because this could potentially end his boxing career. If he gets knocked out badly, maybe he doesn't take a shot as well again, and that's it. And it could be a career finisher for him. But whatever, I got full respect for it. Whatever happens, if he literally walks in there, takes one shot and gets knocked out in one punch, all I could say is fair play to you. Tremendous courage in fighting one of the most sort of devastating punches of our generation. So I don't think it's going to end well for Jake Paul if it is a genuine fight, which I believe it is going to be. I don't think he'll make 4 rounds. I think he'll get knocked out, and anything other than that, you know, is a massive win for Jake Paul. In my mind, if he gets knocked out in the first round, it's still a massive win because, you know, the courage to get in there with one of the greats is fair play. Yeah, you can't criticise that. He could be sitting on a sun lounger now with all his millions, enjoying himself, and said he's testing himself against, you know, the heavyweight ex-champion, a massive one with absolute KO power. So that's how I think it's going to play out. How do you think it's going to play out? I'm very interested to hear. It's definitely an interesting one, and he's got that. He keeps you interested. After the last one, I thought, I wouldn't watch one of his fights again. This one, I think I actually would watch because I'm intrigued to see how it's going. Because I don't think this will be a glorified spar like the last one. So we will wait and we will see. But good luck, Jake Paul. Good luck, Anthony Joshua. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Thanks for watching. See you next week.